Hey there, fellow Mayfair fans. I'm sure many of you, like me, have been waiting for the show to find its footing this season. But let's be real. Episode 3 didn't exactly deliver on that front. If anything, it was slower and messier than the first 2 episodes, and it's testing the patience of even the most loyal fans. However, there are a few intriguing moments and Easter eggs that hint at what's coming next, particularly with Lasher and his evolving motives. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. Today we'll dive deep into Rowan's growing struggles, Cortland's schemes, and the chaos brewing within the Mayfair family. Stick around to the end because we'll also talk about the Talamasca's shocking move and what it means for the story going forward. Let's get into it. No! Rowan's growing isolation. As the family's leader, Rowan Mayfair is in an impossible position. She's been thrust into the role of leading the Mayfair family, but this isn't your typical family gathering. It's a clan of powerful witches, each with their own agendas, secrets, and skepticism. What makes Rowan's position even harder is that she's an outsider in many ways. Despite her Mayfair blood, she didn't grow up surrounded by this family's complex dynamics. In episode 3, this isolation is more evident than ever. Rowan is tasked with uniting the Mayfairs under one roof to confront the threat of Lasher. But instead of rallying behind her, the family seems to see her as a scapegoat, or worse, a liability. The family's skepticism deepens when Cortland, her cunning and manipulative uncle, takes every opportunity to undermine her leadership. On top of that, Rowan has to play the role of emotional support for others. She consoles Daphne, a young Mayfair struggling to cope with her mother Alicia's death, and tries to reassure Jojo, who is furious that Rowan resurrected Cortland. These interactions highlight just how much weight Rowan is carrying, and how alone she truly is in this fight.
Up at all, okay?
Okay.
Cortland's schemes, manipulating the family for power. Let's talk about Cortland, who continues to prove why he's one of the most conniving characters in the series. Cortland sees Lasher not as a threat, but as an opportunity, a source of power that could restore his influence within the family. He takes full advantage of the family gathering to sow seeds of distrust against Rowan. While Rowan is trying to warn the family about Lasher's true nature, Cortland flips the narrative. He promises the Mayfairs that this gathering is their chance to meet Lasher face to face, presenting the entity as a gift rather than the curse Rowan claims him to be. This tactic works brilliantly to cast doubt on Rowan's intentions and capabilities. But Cortland's schemes go deeper than just manipulating the family. He deliberately keeps certain family members like Evelyn from attending the gathering, ensuring Rowan's efforts to unite the Mayfairs are incomplete. This decision later blows up in his face when Rowan locks him in a room after discovering his meddling.
Crazy.
Lasher and Felix, a game-changing encounter. One of the more exciting moments in this episode is the crossover between Mayfair Witches and Interview with the Vampire. Felix, a fledgling vampire introduced in Interview with the Vampire, crosses paths with Lasher in a scene that's both eerie and fascinating. Felix immediately recognizes that Lasher is something unique, neither entirely human nor purely supernatural. Their conversation delves into Lasher's growing sense of guilt, an emotion that he's never truly felt before. Felix, true to his vampiric nature, urges Lasher to embrace his darker instincts, encouraging him to fully unleash his destructive power. This interaction is pivotal because it marks a turning point for Lasher. Felix's words push him further into his internal conflict, making him more dangerous and unpredictable. It's clear that Lasher's relationship with guilt and power is evolving, and this evolution will have serious consequences for Rowan and the rest of the Mayfair family.
David, what?
Evelyn's bar and Lasher's cravings. One of the more chilling storylines in this episode takes us to Evelyn Mayfair and her son David, who run a quiet bar in New Orleans. Evelyn, like many Mayfairs, prefers to keep a low profile, avoiding the family drama and the dangers associated with Lasher. However, her attempt to stay under the radar takes a dark turn when Lasher unexpectedly walks into her bar. The encounter starts innocently enough. Lasher orders milk, a choice that unnerves Evelyn but doesn't immediately raise alarms. However, as the conversation progresses, it becomes clear that Lasher has targeted Evelyn for a reason. His predatory demeanor is subtle but unmistakable, and Evelyn senses the danger beneath his seemingly calm exterior. Lasher's interaction with Evelyn takes a darker turn when he attempts to use his charm and supernatural influence to draw her closer. Evelyn, however, resists his advances, proving her strength and independence as a Mayfair. This rejection triggers a dangerous response in Lasher. For the first time, we see him struggle to control his cravings, both for power and for the Mayfair women he's drawn to. The tension escalates when David enters the scene, creating a moment of vulnerability that nearly pushes Lasher over the edge. He comes dangerously close to attacking Evelyn and David, but something holds him back. Perhaps it's guilt, or perhaps it's a deeper internal conflict that's beginning to emerge within him. Regardless, this moment serves as a grim warning to the Mayfair family. Lasher's cravings are becoming harder to control, and his instability poses a serious threat to everyone around him. The encounter at Evelyn's bar is a turning point that sets the stage for the chaos to come. It's born.
And now he's trying to kill us, but I've come up
please,
with a plan to protect us all. If you'll please.
The family gathering descends into chaos. Back at the Mayfair estate, Rowan's efforts to unite the family reach a breaking point. What was meant to be a meeting to address the growing threat of Lasher quickly spirals out of control, thanks in no small part to Cortland's manipulation. Rowan begins by trying to warn the family about Lasher's true nature, revealing that he's behind the recent deaths of Mayfair women. However, her honesty is met with skepticism and outright hostility. Many of the Mayfairs still view Lasher as a dark gift, a source of power that has benefited the family for generations. Cortland takes full advantage of this divide, spinning a narrative that paints Rowan as paranoid and untrustworthy. The tension in the room is palpable as family members begin to question Rowan's leadership. The situation worsens when Cortland promises the family a chance to meet Lasher, further undermining Rowan's authority. His words ignite curiosity and excitement among the Mayfairs, who are eager to experience Lasher's power firsthand. Amid this chaos, Rowan's powers spiral out of control. Unaware of Lasher's proximity, she accidentally traps Jojo and Daphne in a thrall, a powerful enchantment that leaves them immobilized and under her influence. This unintentional display of power terrifies the family and deepens their mistrust of Rowan.
I'm where you are.
No I smell you a mile away.
The Talamasca's shocking intervention. Just when it seems like things couldn't get worse for Rowan, the Talamasca makes a dramatic entrance. Sip and his team arrive at the Mayfair estate armed with a mysterious device designed to neutralize Lasher. Their sudden appearance throws Rowan's plans into disarray and adds another layer of complexity to an already chaotic situation. The Talamasca's motives are unclear, but it's evident that they see Lasher as a valuable asset, or perhaps a dangerous threat that needs to be contained. The device they use emits a powerful energy that incapacitates both Rowan and Lasher. Rowan, caught in the crossfire, is knocked unconscious, leaving her unable to protect Lasher or her family. This moment is a turning point in the episode. With Rowan out of commission, the Talamasca agent seize the opportunity to capture Lasher. Despite his immense power, Lasher is visibly weakened, both by the device and by his concern for Rowan. This vulnerability makes it easy for the Talamasca to overpower him and drag him into a waiting van. The implications of this capture are enormous. The Talamasca is a secretive organization with its own agenda, and their possession of Lasher raises questions about their plans. Are they trying to study him, control him, or perhaps use him for their own gain? Whatever their intentions, it's clear that Rowan will have to confront the Talamasca if she hopes to rescue Lasher and regain control of the situation. Meanwhile, Rowan faces an even more immediate challenge. Jojo and Daphne remain trapped in her thrall, and without Lasher's connection, Rowan is unsure how to free them. This dilemma sets the stage for a high-stakes battle in the coming episodes, as Rowan struggles to balance her responsibilities as a leader, a mother figure, and a protector of her family.
Why did you keep this from us?
I needed all of you to be here so I could protect
The fallout. What's next for Rowan and the Mayfairs? By the end of the episode, Rowan is at her lowest point. Lasher is gone. The family is in disarray, and her powers have caused more harm than good. The Talamasca's motives remain unclear, but it's evident that they plan to exploit Lasher for their own purposes. Rowan now faces an uphill battle to regain the family's trust and find a way to free Jojo and Daphne. She'll also need to figure out how to confront the Talamasca and bring Lasher back, even if it means putting herself in danger once again. Our nerdy thoughts. While episode 3 struggles with pacing, it lays the groundwork for some major developments. Lasher's evolving nature, the Talamasca's interference, and Cortland's schemes are all setting the stage for a dramatic showdown. Rowan has a long road ahead, and with every mistake, her challenges only grow. Will she rise to the occasion? Or will the Mayfair family fall apart under the weight of these threats? Only time will tell. Stay tuned for more updates as we unravel the mysteries of Mayfair Witches.